Back with Bobby and JJ Radio, we have Mr. Robert Amerman. He's the executive director of the San Antonio River Foundation. Robert, thanks for hanging out with us today.
Thanks for having me today. Happy to be here.
Great. So, Robert, for most of us that don't know, what does the San Antonio River Foundation do?
We are the private fundraising partner of the San Antonio River Authority. The River Authority looks over the watershed of the San Antonio River from the springs all the way to the Gulf of Mexico,
Wow.
240 miles.
Wow.
And our mission overlays the same. We are the private fundraising partnership. So when the River Improvements Project was developed 15 years ago, we were brought on to allow for private philanthropy and corporate support to come in and be part of that overall project.
Sure. So you're out there to raise money to make sure it keeps on going.
That's right. We're 15 years old at this point. We've raised $37 million overall that's been reinvested back into the city.
And where does it come from?
Private philanthropy.
Not you, Bob, obviously, bro.
I know 1/10 of it is mine.
Overall. And so far, we've been able to return 88 cents on the dollar on every dollar. So we're
Where's that other 12 cents? That's what I want.
12, Robert. Where's that other 12 cents, Rob? We finally got you here.
So when our San Antonio Riverwalk gets an upgrade, or you guys are involved?
We were brought in, for example, for the Museum Reach project, and the Mission Reach project. And the project I'm here to talk about today is Confluence Park, which is our $13 million environmental education facility that we're building on the south side, which is going to be unveiled not Wednesday tomorrow, but Wednesday the 17th.
17th. Okay. So talk about this. So it's a museum that's going to be all about what is the museum going to entail?
The museum reference was to the Museum Reach.
Gotcha.
That's the Riverwalk, the northern Riverwalk section.
Okay, gotcha.
And then there's the Mission Reach down near the Mission,
to the south
World
side.
Heritage Center.
Right.
World Heritage Sites. That's the Mission Reach side. This is Confluence Park. It's an environmental education park.
Okay.
That is going to be a gateway to the Mission Reach overall.
How far south are y'all
We
going?
are on Mitchell Street, so it's 310 Mitchell Street. If you know where Mission Concepcion is, you'll be very close. We're right across the river from Mission Concepcion, and we're called Confluence Park because it's the confluence of the San Pedro Creek and the main branch of the San Antonio River.
Makes more sense.
So people don't know, but the south of San Antonio, south part of San Antonio, the whole river is extended, and every park and everything along the way is gotten a renovation. It's really nice. We've done several bike rides and done those trails, and it's really like a big 180. It's nice.
That's right, and we were an essential part. Of course, it was a partnership project with the San Antonio River Authority, the City of San Antonio, Bexar County, and the Corps of Engineers. Overall, we being the private aspect, them being the governmental aspects. But another thing that folks don't know that I think they'd love to hear from the Pride of San Antonio standpoint is Mission Reach is the largest urban ecological restoration zone in the country, right here in our own backyard to take advantage of.
Well, technically, his backyard. He lives on the Riverwalk.
I live on the Riverwalk.
Yeah. He's the guy that picks up all the trash that you see every once in a while.
I swim it every morning.
That sucks. All right. So, what? Talk about a little bit. I don't think anyone knows about the conservation features, like the water catchment system. How do these features function?
Well, let's talk in general a little bit about the park, because overall the park is about education and conservation, which leads to why those systems are in place.
Okay, so it's an effort from everyone.
Absolutely. So the idea overall is the park is an environmental education center.
Gotcha.
It's a small park. It's only 3 acres overall, but it's got a lot built into it.
Okay.
Education at its core. The River Authority has had TEAC standard approved educational programming in place for quite some time. For example, they served about 26,000 kids last year.
Wow.
So their programming, their educational programming actually went from school to school to school. So they would literally bring like a fiberglass model of the river to school to show the kids how watersheds work and why we'd want to protect them. With Confluence Park coming online, we're actually flipping that model.
Bringing the kids to the park.
Bring the kids to the park.
Like
so
it.
$13 million project. It's a $10.7 million design and construction, but with a $1 million education endowment and a $1 million maintenance endowment. So we can actually help Title I schools and private schools and whatnot bus kids to the park.
Sure.
So the whole premise of the park is to really lower barriers to entry. Get the kids there, get the kids outside, get them doing their field work right there, get them inspired. And
also making them understand how important it is to conserve this beautiful habitat.
That's great. That's the conservation side. Our mission overall distills down to stewardship.
Sure.
And based on the programs that we can deliver, if we can foster a love in people, then they're going to want to take care of something.
Right.
overall. So this idea of stewardship is really at the heart of the park. So can we bring kids in? Can we get them excited? Instead of just telling them about things and boring them to death, what if we showed them?
For sure.
Can we inspire them through the nature of how the park's designed? So the way the park was designed from the very start was with education and conservation in mind.
Perfect. So what should people expect to hear on the Wednesday, the 17th? What are you guys going to be doing there?
The event, we're asking people to show up at 10:30.
Okay.
Overall, there will be electeds and dignitaries there speaking about sort of their relationship to the park and what the park means for the city of San Antonio and Bexar County and the region.
Do you need me to speak?
No, we're good.
Okay.
They're way good. No, they said dignitaries. I think you heard something else. You heard something else.
I spoke up.
Come on.
Yeah, you heard something else.
So for example, Judge Wolf and Commissioner Rodriguez will be there speaking for the county. Mayor Nuremberg will be there, and Councilwoman Villagran, because we're in District 3, will be speaking for the city.
Sure.
Folks like Suzanne Scott, the general manager of the River Authority, and Mike Lackey, the board chair for the River Authority, will be there to speak.
Sure.
That said, we're asking people to show up a little early because we're using the park to display vignettes of what's available there. So, for example, the education center that's on site will be activated with a class underway. There'll be Tai Chi demonstrations and ethnobiologists there talking about ecosystems, and just the park can be so many things to so many people.
Sure.
That we wanted to make sure that it was activated from the start, so you can come learn about the park and the nature of what we're trying to do.
Awesome. So this Wednesday, January 17th, show up at 310 Mitchell Street, 10:30, and check out this new awesome Confluence Park. Thanks so much, Robert.
Appreciate
We
it.
hope to have you back soon. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and be a fan of our show at BobbyandJJRadio.com.
Bye.